Welcome to SBS News in Easy English. I'm Sofia Petrovic. New South Wales has recorded 22 new locally acquired COVID-19 cases. The infections are all linked to previous cases. Premier Gladys Berejiklian says half of the new cases were already isolating for the entire infectious period. She says she hopes people will increasingly already be in isolation when they get tested.
And whilst venues of concern have increased overnight, we're also expecting that to taper off, because if you look at the dates where those venues of exposure occurred, they were before we went into lockdown. And we certainly hope that if people are doing the right thing, if people are staying indoors unless they absolutely have to, well then those venues of concern will start to reduce in coming days, and that's something we want to see as well.
New South Wales has also tightened rules for people entering the state. People from the Northern Territory, Queensland and Western Australia are now in lockdown and should not be travelling. People who have been to an exposure site or to Victoria in the last 14 days must fill out a declaration form. There are 3 new locally acquired COVID-19 cases in Queensland. All 3 are close contacts of previous cases. One new case is the brother of a Prince Charles Hospital worker. The second is a close contact of the Portuguese restaurant cluster. The third is a close contact of the Virgin Airline cabin crew member. Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk says they are all low risk.
We've had 18,447 tests in the past 24 hours. So remember, please, if you have any symptoms, go and get tested. And I really want to thank the members of the Townsville community who came out yesterday and got tested as well, and that progressive testing of people on Magnetic Island is happening as we speak. So that's excellent news.
Meanwhile, Health Minister Yvette D'Arth says Queensland has just 8 days worth of the Pfizer vaccine left. She says the state asked for another 152,000 doses from the federal government, but the request was denied.
At some of our sites, we are projected to run out of Pfizer by as soon as week 20. That's the 5th of July, next Monday. At some of our sites, we are due to run out, and one of those sites being Sunshine Coast University Hospital. Our reason also is we said additional vaccine supply is critical to avoiding cancellations of already committed appointments.
Victoria has recorded 1 locally acquired COVID-19 infection. The case has been in isolation during their whole infectious period. 1 case was also detected in hotel quarantine. New research shows a third of refugee and migrant women living in Australia have experienced domestic violence and family violence. Those on temporary visas are reporting higher levels of abuse because of their status. The study was published by Monash University and support group Harmony Alliance. The survey found 33% of migrant and refugee women had experienced some form of domestic and family violence. The most common were controlling behaviours, violence towards others or property, and physical or sexual violence. Listeners seeking family and domestic violence information or support can contact 1-800-RESPECT on 1-800 737 732. You're listening to SBS News in Easy English. I'm Sofia Petrovic.